Hello everyone, tonight we're doing some Sims 3, continuing where we left off with our random legacy. Last stream, we had our one child for this generation and did our roles for generation 3. So now it's mostly just a matter of waiting for this one kid to age up to a young adult so that we can just finish off Generation 2 and head into Generation 3. Which is going to be another single child generation, but with a different family structure. So we got the, what do they call it? The shake-up of family structure, which means that partway through the generation will basically shift from couple to single parent with help by removing being one member of the couple and replacing them with a friend and or family member. But that's still ways off because James is only a baby right now, and I've got real quick. I do this to make him visible again because for some reason, like, I guess babies' outfits are getting corrupted or something. And when I save and load. Which, I mean, he's only gonna be a baby for one more day, so the problem won't last too much longer. Yeah, it's kind of annoying when it does things like interferes with my ability to directly interact with the child. Yes, I think I'll just keep Stanley only working in the morning shift. After all, he's got a child now, so oh, this way he's not having to leave Christina as the child's sole caretaker for quite as long. Once he gets home, Christina can go off and do the stuff she needs to do for her hobby, because we have to both of the adults have to get 5 hours of their hobby in each week. Which, I could have been kind of I've made things very easy on myself by having just saying that Christina's hobby is fishing, since it's her job. And so she could just get her hobby done by doing her job for 5 or more hours each week. But I wanted something that, you know, fits her lifetime wish as well. Right, James is hungry and lonely. And the toilet is broken again. Right, James taken care of. Sam can fish for the next bit here. There until Stanley heads home. And once to get some fish, we can sell those, because currently we need to build a little bit of a monetary cushion back up. Because we ended up dipping into it quite a bit on stuff like building walls for the hotel, so that Stanley and other staff members aren't just standing out there freezing. Got a grand total of 5 simoleons from fishing today. Guess we could just let her fish until Stanley's actually physically home. Since it's gonna take him a little while just to actually get from point A to point B. Oh, actually, he's right here now. Can real quick change James's diaper while Christina heads out for the alchemy shop. Apparently, Lane has moved in with, I guess, a friend, and because she has no partner. Yeah, she's just moving out because of tensions at home. What do you mean the snow is too deep? Literally, you literally just use your laptop inside. That's potentially a bit of a problem with the plan of having Stanley's hobby be gaming. If he's just going to arbitrarily decide the snow is too deep, even though there's space in the house. Well, I guess we could buy him just like a little table. Right, there we go. Literally the cheapest table in the dining table section. Compared to the cheapest dining chair. That should be sufficient. That is, if I can get the chair to actually be on the same side as the laptop. You might even be able to put it somewhere inside, so that he's not having to sit out there in the cold. Right now they can just both keep at their hobbies until like 1 in the morning. And they'll just both be done with their hobbies for the entire week. Just gotta keep an eye on both of them. To make sure that they stay on task. Just gonna queue up a few more. or play video game interactions. Make sure that Stanley stays busy. What even causes fire? Like, how did this fire even happen out here? Like, was it like one of the jelly beans or something? It looks like Christina's probably gonna have to continue working on alchemy until 2 a.m. instead. Because of this interruption. And just gonna go ahead and have Stanley queue up an interaction to feed his child. Soon. He's also gonna have to feed himself. At least he's eating leftovers, so there shouldn't be any more fires. Alright, hobby stuff is done for the week. Okay, so just got... Okay, so now we don't have to worry about that until the spring. And change the dirty diaper. Why was she about to accuse him of cheating? Like sure, he hasn't fully broken things off with that, with Paula Fitzgerald, but like, he hasn't, to my knowledge, he has not interacted with her at all, and other than maybe if he might have checked her in, and if he's stopped by the hotel. You know, that's not something that's been, like, actively going on. It, in the time that they've been together. Right now the has something to eat. Christine can finally go to bed at 6 a.m. Admittedly, not. Okay, kind of seems familiar. At Full Moon Hotel, made 199 simoleons. I believe Stanley needs to head into work soon. Yeah, because the graveyard shift is 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. So Stanley needs to attend to the front desk until 5. Let's see if I can just trigger age transition, or if I think. Yeah, I think I need to take James out of his crib first, and then I can trigger age transition. I don't think that prompts the... Oh, okay. There we go. Oh, now the age transition has been triggered. Herod just needed... Just needed the kid to be in a position where he can easily age up. So now he's a toddler, so now we've just got another 7 days before we can, start moving him out of his parents' room. Then we'll just move the bathroom back up here. And make this little cubby here James's room. As much as you can really even consider that to be a room. I mean, it has 4 walls, and that's about it. Stanley, you're supposed to be working. I don't think there was a. Doesn't look like there was another death. With all the elders hanging around, there could very well be a third death that's happening at this hotel. Apparently, Paula and Katrina are now getting married. And here's one of the mods I've added in. And I suppose in some ways could maybe be deemed a little cheaty. That I added in a mod that makes it to where their toddlers can learn how to walk on their own. But I mean, I feel like that's a way it kind of works in real life. Is that like kids don't just simply learn from being directly taught. They learn from watching adults and older children, and just kind of mimicking. Okay, good. He's not just like stuck in the crypt now because that's where he ended the interaction. Right now, Christina can probably try and get some work done. You see, fortunately, she's able to do all of her work completely from home. That was kind of one of the things that inspired the whole houseboat situation. Because, this way, you've got all of this water here. So there's plenty of room for fishing, and it takes advantage of one of the features that it was specifically added by an expansion that I enabled for this generation in particular. Since we rolled the resort owner her career. Yeah, I do kind of wonder about that. About that toddlers can learn to walk on their own mod. Like it would probably be a bit more balanced if maybe they specifically learned at a slower rate when there's no one actively teaching them. I mean, I might be able to just tinker around with it a little bit in the package editor. Nothing else. I believe I would probably want to disable it if I may ever roll all the deadbeat parents. The parents roll all, since I believe that specifically tells you to not have any toddlers learn their toddler skills. Of course, it's well, I guess Stanley will have to finish that opportunity tomorrow instead. Because I'll have to do it, like, tomorrow before he heads into work. Since it's specifically 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Just go in and report his progress on the logic skill. Must be going home, dude. Not, not messing around with a random claw machine. Guess I'll just pick up. I have a potty chair. Here so that James can learn to go potty. Well, first one of his parents will have to have the energy to actually teach him something. Looks like there's... Apparently this isn't the first time Shelby's had a child. They already have Davis Wilkes, the son of Corey MacDuff and Shelby Wilkes. You know, and then an interesting twist of fate is simultaneously, I think simultaneously, let's see, Dahlia is Stanley's mother. So yeah, just nephew, I think. For Stanley. Because Stanley is just simultaneously Shelby's biological half-brother and mother and brother-in-law, I'm pretty sure. Because he ended up marrying and Christina, who was Shelby's older sister. Guess Paula didn't want to chat after all. Barbara's had a son named Terrell. Did not inherit his father's ghostliness. Yeah, this is all providing a good supply of, you know, cousins that could potentially be moved in. And as James's his help after his significant other like dies or leaves him. Alright, so James needs to be fed, changed, and put to bed. And hey, Jenny kind of didn't let the boy eat. Like in your rush to get all of that done, you literally did not let him eat. We still need to put some lights in this house at some point. And with our funds sitting at less than 1,000 simoleons, and this money's kind of tight. And the sink is broken. And we also need more funds in order to be able to, say, upgrade aid or plumbing to something better than pretty much the cheapest options. Which, I mean, you know, if they break enough times and eventually they will probably be able to just have them not break again because somebody will have gained it and will have completed the plumber challenge. Right now, we can collect 199 simoleons from the hotel and send Stanley off to report his progress. That's at the hospital. I got a nice 17 simoleon and swordfish. I've got pay 34 simoleons on the bills. But we just got another 750 from on that opportunity, so now you start making some upgrades to the needs of the hotel. Guess I remember where it is. There it is.
No, Whipsfoo. Zwart, Arpsequay.
First, you know, kind of got some things that are a little in the way because people keep making stuff in the snow. Okay, for instance, we can have nice double doors. In fact, like, let's focus on getting the structure of the hotel down, then we worry about making it look nice. That's kind of the approach we took with the house too. So let me see if I can get like a make an image pulled up. To get kind of the vibe that I'm aiming for, or with this place. Okay, so I think these couple walls are probably all we're gonna be able to afford right at this moment. And then once we can just get some lights in and back at the house. Yeah, since each one of these lights costs 45 simoleons, we're just barely able to get 3 of them without dipping back below 4 digits. Oh, we've got 20 simoleon tuna. But now now we've got more than 1,000 simoleons, so we can get a nice cushion for, say, there's another fire.
Nuki.
Ushkabiats, Imakafunia, Samanubia, Naki, Nakifuna.
Oh. Shit.
Chulabaka.
And so we can probably for the most part just put whatever extra simoleons we manage to get towards upgrading the hotel, and then that will it will just snowball as we make the hotel better and better. Once we get the outside structure done and can start working on the interior. Because most of what what the reviews care about is not how the place looks, because the game doesn't really have a way to recognize that. What the reviews care about is items. Like, do you have a pool? Do you have a gym? Do you have like a little fire path for people to walk on? Because regardless of what location in your resort is in, then you'll always get the reviews complaining about not being tropical enough. But I mean, honestly, I'm kind of ignoring those, because, like, no shit. A hotel in, like, the sim equivalent of Washington State is not gonna have a tropical vibe. When it's not even, like, on the beach proper. It's all the way up on this hill. No, you're not joining the medical career. In fact, you should probably get back to your fishing. Oh, we've got free pizza that we're gonna be throwing in the trash. It's because it's not homemade. We're not allowed to eat it. You're not even gonna bother receiving the pizza, just gonna let or just put it somewhere. Here, since I've gotta get rid of it. And I'm not trying to quit, I just bumped the Q key again. Alright, just a little bit longer for her, and Sally will be done with work for the day. Although it doesn't look like he's even been working, even though he's supposed to be operating the front desk. And now it's the end of his shift, so he just needs to go back home. And now Christina needs to feed her child. And then get some sleep. Ideally. Of course, because James started crying as soon as he was done eating. And they've got interrupted almost immediately. Hopefully he will stay quiet for a while. But kids in this game like to cry out about absolutely nothing, so no, there's no guarantee. Sandwich should probably be heading to bed soon. I mean, he's not currently tired. Yeah, he could easily just stay out for a while longer, or playing chess. That's on his computer. But you know, make sure that there's somebody up to take care of the kid. Right now he's tired, so now he can go to bed. But he needs to get up earlier than 9 a.m. in order to be able to, do his shift at the hotel. And it's time for the baby to cry again. Well, looks like he now has he now has further reason to break things off officially with Paula, because that's now his aunt-in-law's wife. So like, because they were never in an official relationship, that was not really an option other than like inviting her over to break things off. I'm gonna save real quick because the game prompted me to. It's only 1 a.m. Still got a couple more hours. Seems like I might want to spend some time in Edit Town to add more houses. We've got also got to send someone off to the laundromat soon as well because the laundry is piling up again. Which the laundromat doesn't have set hours, so we could easily send someone over there now. Now let's have Christina do it. Spend 40 simoleons to do the laundry, but it's, it's specifically required, or they have to use a laundry system. Stanley, you need to get up soon, not 11 a.m. Literally like multiple hours into her shift at the hotel. Especially since, your wife isn't home right now, so you need to be ready to take care of your son. Alright, got more money from the hotels. Now we can spend some time. I'm building just like a couple more walls because each wall is 70 simoleons, and we only got 199 from the hotel. Like, we've pretty much spent all of the simoleons we just made from the hotel already. Between those two walls and the 40 simoleons to do the laundry. The clothes are already ready to move to the dryer. Well, looks like Stanley's gonna be a little bit late, but I mean, you can kind of cut him some slack on, like on Snowflake Day. Like it's only because I want to make some more simoleons ends off of it that I even have the hotel open.
Olachanka Skirva?
Alright, good. The laundry is done. Now, Christina can head home. And Stanley can head to work. I mean, I guess technically we could have just hired a babysitter, but you know, that costs money. And we're not really raking in the cash right now. Now that'll come once we've improved the hotel a bit more. Right now, Christina can start fishing for the day. Puzzles of the supermarket. Not sure. See about doing that. Let's find out when Stanley can do that. It doesn't specify the times right now. I think it only shows you what times when and it's not available. Also that you know when to come back. Yeah, hopefully it's not another only from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. thing. Where Stanley has to go in a short window before work, and the game's getting rather freezy. I'm gonna do another save real quick. Just in case it crashes. Which, I mean, the game has been relatively stable recently. Another 16 simoleons. And it's from selling off a fish.
Bony, hey.
A nice big swordfish for 17 simoleons. I get the feeling that those notifications about, you know, Katrina and Paula trying to find a new place to live aren't gonna stop until I go into town and place down another house. Alright, good. There's no specific times that Stanley needs to go in to assemble these puzzles. Hmm. I don't think we're doing anything that with how limited our cooking options are and the fact that we're kind of relying on our ingredients to be able to have things to eat. Alright, Stanley's off assembling puzzles. That's doing more fishing. You know, at least these opportunities have been a big help. It's like, Stanley, no, don't go messing with the. Like, you don't really have much room to complain, seeing as how you married someone else. Like, you don't really have anything to say. I mean, hey, maybe this will be. Maybe this will prompt Stanley to just end things with Paula completely on his own. Nope. I get the feeling that she's not even here. Hey, we got another 400 simoleons. So now we can get some more work done on the hotel. Improve resort, build mode. So that's 280. Yeah, that's pretty much all the walls we can afford to 400. And we're making progress. Well, really, it might be a good idea to focus on adding some of the objects of the that our reviews want us to have. Since that will improve our rating and thus will likely generate more funds. And Stanley's collapsing out here in the snow. That's probably not great. Because falling asleep in the snow is kind of how you freeze to death. Yeah, now he's on his way home. We can just like take a moment to eat something and then go to bed. Oh, well, Hopcraft is just gonna pass away soon. And Barbara has gotten married. They've managed to find some place to live. Alright, just four more in-game days before before James is a child. Go eat. No, it's probably just simply that whatever leftovers she was going to eat spoiled before she got down there. And that's another 199 simoleons. Means another 2 walls. Yeah, it's starting to take shape at least. Oh, wait. Might even be able to go for, like, another wall or two. With the extra funds that we have. You know, watch it be that this resort doesn't really, get anywhere near done by the time we move on to the next generation. Because we've only got,
Hey, scratched up?
let's see, we've only got about 3 weeks to at least to get this done. The eggs left in this generation, so because we're moving on to generation 3 as soon as James ages up to a young adult. Well, so we got about 25 in-game days before our generation and 3 starts. So that gives us a budget of probably around 5,000. Yeah, 4,975, not counting any changes in the rate at which we get funds from the hotel or anything, or the revenue coming in from the fishing. Or any opportunities we get in the meantime. But, Stanley now needs to go and manage his hotel. Which once James ages up to a teen, we could probably have him get a part-time job, since there's no restrictions on having teens do part-time jobs. Of the of this challenge, I'm pretty sure. Like, it's just restrictions on like long-term income. I gotta put James in his crib because he's tired now. Yeah, of course, we're also gonna need to have any extra funds that we don't get from selling it, selling his crib, or buying it, buying James a bed once he ages up to a child. Yeah, hopefully most of that will be handled all by just selling off the crib. We might be able to make some hot dogs happen. Like, actually, I believe there's a grill right over there on the beach. I guess we just grab our links. Yeah, we can just send it and Christina off. Oh yeah, we are gonna have to call a babysitter because this does count as leaving the lot. But like, we don't even need to. Like, this means that we don't even need to buy a grill. Which means that all of the simoleons we get from this opportunity will be a net positive. Right now, just put those in your inventory. Don't tell me I can't put them in my inventory because I made them on a community lot. I believe object add to inventory active. Let's see if this will. Nope, they're just stuck there. Well, actually, nope, this seems to do nothing. In fact, I think I just glitched the hot dogs. Dogs, actually. So I guess we will have to buy a grill. Since it's not going to let me just grill the hot dogs on a community lot and take them with me. Yeah, so we'll at least get like a semi-nice grill so that it will actually be decently safe. We've got free up our counter so that we can just make some hot dogs. So I guess now we've got to hope that we will get, you know, the Somalians need to pay for the grill. And in the process, Josiah managed to. We better get some good money for these hot dogs. Just with all the work that Christina has had to put in and to make them happen. Alright, the hot dogs are done. Stanley needs to go home. Right now, go forth and deliver the hot dogs. Which, I mean, I guess if nothing else, we... Also, actually... I think there is maybe a rule about selling any old furniture. You know, I think the challenge lets you sell furniture back because it usually depreciates it's in value. But so as long as it's not, as long as it's furniture that you purchased, as I'm pretty sure it's fine. I mean, but let me check. Yeah, selling things you have bought in buy mode is not considered income. You may sell old stuff to make room for new stuff, or just because. Normally, furniture and decorative objects depreciate in value anyway, so it's a net loss. So we can just sell this grill. And then we can put some... So I think we did make a net positive on that whole situation. And so at least... You know, we've got funds for adding more walls on the hotel. Probably only like 2 or 3, but you know, it's something. I'm gonna say we can, yeah, we can go for exactly 4, and that'll bring us down to 999 simoleons. Right, so now maybe you can just go to sleep, eat for the night. And now we've got James has another cousin. And as Shelby had her second child. Now James is crying because the diaper is dirty and he's hungry. You know, we should probably take some time for these next 3 in-game days to teach him his remaining toddler skills as well. You know, the ones that he can't just figure out on his own. On through a mod. Yeah, I've just been a little focused on the hotel, and now he's crying about absolutely nothing. Now maybe did I just tell you to teach him to talk? What? Why did you do that for like 5 seconds and put him in his crib?
Vansa. Chiga. Zirkala. Valabas Nebneb. Bredazi.
Right now Christina's actually teaching the boy to talk.
Shiva Bijav. Ah. Bijav. Bijavo.
So that, you know, he should be able to get at least 2 out of his 3 toddler skills done before he ages up to a child.
Oh, that's a bow. Gubasu Nebneb.
And now James is getting tired. Here it's probably time to put him in his crib.
Oh, stop rock. Wagaloo.
I will be right back. Alright, I'm back and ready to continue for the next hour. Just need to
Newbie fee.
grab like something to drink and use bathroom.
Applegate. Bowlencron.
Evo Pladevic.
Alright, so Stanley needs to be at work in the next couple in-game hours. Oh, well, that's interesting. The hotel made 201 simoleons, so it's like maybe the number of walls is having an effect somehow. Like maybe it's got some kind of wall count that it keeps track of. Maybe just like a way of gauging the size of your hotel. I think 2 additional walls should be enough. I mean, it would make sense for it to have a means of just tracking, you know, how much sort of effort and funds you've put into building up the resort. And this time the shower's broken. Got 60 simoleons to pay on the bills. Fortunately, we didn't spend that on walls of the hotel.
We've not dorka. Hadug. Bija vaban. Yexi. Oh, Gucci. Oh, Lita Kern.
Alright, James has almost learned to talk.
Oh, whip wab.
Wakadoony her.
Okay, it'll just be a little bit longer. Right now he's probably too tired. So yeah, we'll be right back again. Alright, I'm back. Just needed to attend to something for a couple minutes. I think Christina ate some bad waffles. You know, interesting how, like, every time she goes to throw up, she just yells. Like, she never actually, like, vomits. She just yells. But yeah, honestly, after some of the experiences I've had, I would love if every time I went to vomit, I just ended up yelling instead. It would have made my weekend so much easier. Because then I would instead of being sick to my stomach, I would have just been like yelling and continually from like somewhere around midnight Saturday night to into until like from the when I got up on Sunday until I ended up seeing a doctor about it. In the afternoon. Which I mean, you know, like which I mean, you know, I even if I was just yelling constantly, I probably still would see a doctor about it just because that's not normal. But, you know, probably wouldn't have felt as much of an urgent need. Because, like, I would probably still be able to function more. Like, I guess it would depend on whether I still, you know, would feel nauseous at all. Because like, even if, because like, you know, even without any actual vomiting happening, nausea can still feel kind of debilitating. And if it's bad enough. But, you know, fortunately that's over with, and, like, I got better meds for it this time around, so... You know, that should mitigate the problem in the future, at least for the next, like, year. Or however long long the pills end up lasting, depending on how often I need them. Right, James is hungry, so he needs to get up and feed him. So Stanley's not gonna be back at the house for a little while. Oh, yet. Right, his shift at the hotel has just ended. And so now he can head back home. And, you know, of course, James has gotta sit here crying about absolutely nothing. You know, Christina's not even trying to sleep right now, so at least he's not interrupting that.
Hey, scratch gun?
It looks like we... How about you deal with all this recycling? This is apparently bringing your mood down low enough for you to not be able to do your job. Yeah, clearly there needs to be a lot of cleaning done around here, but I think... Unfortunately, I don't think fairies have any kind of, like, magic cleaning. I think that's genies. They can just, like, clean everything all at once. I don't even have Showtime enabled right now, so... No, we wouldn't even really have a means of having a genie in the household at all. Yeah, Christina, that's why I told you to clean the toilet after you unclogged it. Right, so now we've got just about everything nice and clean. But at this point, I think Christina's too tired there to continue fishing. Alright, Stanley is going to attempt to cook. Hopefully he will not set the kitchen on fire this time. Well, I mean, he did gain level 3 of level 2 of the cooking skill. Well, so at least he's making in progress. That's on that. And the only thing he managed to burn was a mac and cheese. Which, you know, isn't great, but it's not dangerous. So, which I mean, technically, if this was a Sims 2, it could still be dangerous because, but because the food poisoning isn't a mechanic. Egg, burnt food is only really like an inconvenience unless you've got something that cares about the quality. I wonder, did anything happen with those hot dogs? Yeah, it does look like something was eventually done with the hot dogs. Oh, so at least they weren't just sitting out there. They're, they're rotting. Well, they might have rotted. They then just gotten cleaned up. But either way, you know, Sims around town probably just help themselves. Since, you know, apparently, if you make food on a community lot, it's automatically considered community food. You know, that you can't take with you anywhere. Hey, hold on. Let's see, Shelby and Gator have gone together. But there was also something about her and Corey MacDuff. Maybe she's just taking after her dad a bit. Which, I mean, you know, with two different sons, well, two different children, and because the second one is a daughter, two different children, both from different fathers, neither of whom are the one she's in a committed relationship with. Yeah, she is kind of following in her dad's footsteps on that front. Hello, one moon, 3 stars. How are you doing?
Oh, Phoebe Lay.
Good. That's good. I'm doing all right as well. Just, you know, getting some Sims in. See, I probably didn't need to make waffles right now since there's perfectly good, if slightly burnt mac and cheese in the fridge. And we got 193 simoleons from the hotel this time. It's actually slightly less than normal. But, it's enough to afford a couple more walls on it. Right, and we've got another 53 simoleons above the 1,000. We've been trying to have at least like 1,000 simoleons in the bank as just a cushion in case we say have fire that results in us having to spend 400 simoleons replacing our stove. And now Stanley needs to get going to the hotel. All for his shift. This morning. Keep bumping my Q key because I use WAS to navigate to move the camera around. Because unfortunately, because of the because I have to have it in like borderless windowed mode in order to get to capture properly, the edge scrolling doesn't work. So I have to move the camera around manually. With the keyboard. Oh, no, Christina, you're not joining the science career either. Maybe you can do that once the nuns are no longer part of the active household. Hold in just over, or like just over like 3 weeks. Oh, and Stanley didn't actually start his shift because I didn't specifically direct him to. I just directed him to go to the hotel. He missed like 2 hours of work. Honestly, it might be worth it just to just to pay the guy that he has hired for the Stanley? H how did you end up being unrootable and did... Oh, it's probably because there was a whole bunch of people crowded in this room. I'm gonna save real quick before I use Master Control to reset the lot, just in case it has some unintended consequences. And you know, that way I can just reload if, say, like, it deletes something important. Rather than just doing like I want it to and just... Okay, good. It just moved all these sims out of the way. Hey, by resetting them to their original positions. Like, it didn't reset the ownership, it didn't remove any objects. Right, now Stanley can get in some, at least some work. Now let's actually a quick add an archway back here. I think I still have move objects on. In fact, it looks like this... Like, I actually can't place the archway where I want it to be. Yeah, something needed just enough space that I had to expand in this room in order to provide enough space to actually put this archway in. So now most of our our 1,000 simoleon cushion is gone. And we've got to try and make about 400 simoleons back before we can start spending more money on the hotel again. Which, I mean, all it would take is getting, you know, good opportunity. Need to fulfill. Because those usually pay out like a few hundred simoleons. And Stanley, not Stanley, James needs his diaper changed again. A nice 5 simoleon red herring.
Oh, no.
You know, you would think someone with 8 levels in fishing would be catching something better. I think to really get the good stuff, you probably need to be using bait. You need specifically for it. Yeah, maybe if we could start growing some watermelons, then we could just start catching a whole bunch of tragic clownfish.
Whoa! Dude, I just.
Alright, and Stanley, his shift is over, so he can head home. No, he doesn't need to handle any more check-ins.
Oh, flirty guards.
And fortunately, the waffles went bad because I didn't put them in the fridge fast enough. But that just means that Stanley can eat his leftover or burnt mac and cheese.
Whoa! Dude, I just.
I got another few simoleons from them selling fish. How about Stanley? He works on teaching his son how to talk. Because we've only got 2 days to try and get this kid the rest of his toddler skills. I get the feeling that he's probably not going to, because it can usually take a while to get the potty training skill done, and that's what we have left to do on that front. Once James gets these last few points in the names and talking. Yeah, like I think, which I mean, I guess if he doesn't grow up perfectly, it's not too bad. It's not like I mean, we didn't roll perfect children for this generation, so we're not failing at any parts of the challenge. We don't get this kid to get potty trained in the next 2 days. Oh, Waylon Wolf is apparently retired. Oh, and it looks like, well, at least Katrina got a wife before she died. And gotta feed the kid.
Forgive me!
Go on, feed him.
Alexandra.
Only one day before he ages up, so I get the feeling that we are not getting this potty training skill done. And since we haven't put any... We've not been able to put any work in on it so far. Maybe if I'd gotten a bit more of a jump on it early on, oh, we might be able to manage it, but not at this point, probably. Hey, since it's the day before his birthday. And probably should change his third diaper before he starts crying about it. And since he's in the same room as his sleeping father. Yeah, at least, since it's the day before his birthday, this also means that it's the last day that he's going to be sleeping in this room, because as we'll be able to set him up with a bed in his own room. And just as soon as he ages up to a child. And on his actual birthday, we can throw him a birthday party. And I'll just use Master Controller to trigger age transition. And rather than buying a birthday cake, because due to the restriction ends of the challenge and for this generation, and we won't be able to eat it. So I think I might just not worry about the hobby or obsession stuff until for this week, until old James ages up to a child, because then he'll be going to school all 5 days a week. And so Christina will be able to do her alchemy stuff while all James is at school, and then Stanley can do his gaming thing after work. We might not even get to the birthday party tonight. Well, we might, because it is a quarter to 3. And so we've got at least some time. But I guess as of Katrina's dying, then I probably don't even really need to worry about getting it to where they have a house to live in. And since Paula will just be a widower soon. Right now Christina can do her fishing. Currently, James doesn't need anything, and Stanley is at work.
Oh, flirty guards.
Right, 25 simoleon salmon. $11 simoleons for an anchovy. Another 10 simoleons for an anchovy. Getting close. Like if we don't get back above 1,000 simoleons, then today we'll probably do it with the next payment from the hotel. Right, and James is getting hungry. Stanley apparently he pissed himself off at work. It's the end of his shift anyway, so he can go home and wash it off. At least once his wife is done in the shower. And we need to send somebody off to the laundromat again. Which that's another thing that'll become easier once James is a child, because again, there'll just be multiple days where he's out of the house for hours at a time. So you can probably just let the laundry wait until tomorrow. Really, more like Wednesday. Since the probably be spending the morning as a toddler still. Since what I usually like to do is just invite Sims are that are in the age group who that the birthday sim is going to be aging up into, plus any friends that they have. So that, they can start forming relationships with Sims close to their age, especially when especially on the age up from toddler to child. Old since that's when Sims gain some level of social independence. And can actually start like forming relationships. But unless they've got siblings, they don't really have any relationships to speak of other than the ones with their parents. And so
Phoebe Lolly.
I mean, we'll probably have at least like a cousin or two that we could invite to this party. Which if we don't have anyone to invite, we'll probably just if we don't have any kids to invite to this party, we'll probably just end up not worrying about it, and it'll just age James up in the morning.
Who's on your new boo? Oh, that Boda. Zub, 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 zub.
It's looking like maybe this birthday party might end up being like the end of the stream for tonight. If it happens at all. I'm just gonna send the adults to bed. And James is currently on the lower floor, so he can't even disrupt their sleep. In fact, you could probably just go ahead and sell that. Just go ahead and move everything back up here. Here where it was originally. And that'll be James's bed once he ages up. And that is pretty much the only thing this little room has space for. But it's the most important thing. He can have like his playthings and other or areas of the house. Well, certainly interesting timing to get both, nosy neighbors noticing seeing Paula arriving at Katrina Wilkes' front door, and Katrina Wilkes died. Notifications like right around the same time. Like, makes it kind of sound like sounded sound like like Paula arrived just in time to see her wife die. But she's a vampire that married an an elderly a human, so it's kind of inevitable that she would outlive her wife. Just gotta hope that she prepared herself emotionally going in. That also means that the original generation of this family is completely dead. Like, we are just fully, like, in terms of Sims that are actually related to the original two Sims I made for the save file. We are just down to the actual, both of the Sims I originally made are gone. It's just their offspring that remain. Which really, it's only Quentin that had any offspring, so but apparently the only one of Quentin's children that does not provide him with any grandchildren is Eileen. As we've got James, Terrell, Rosalinda, Davis, and Amy.
Oh, dear Nerba. Oh, Kalanubu.
So now time to schedule that birthday party. Or at least we would, if not for the fact that... Well, I mean, I guess we could just in... Nah, I'm just not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna trigger the age transition right now. During his modest early development, you will not... Due to his modest early development, because this is supposed this is presumably supposed to be due to. There's even like a small mod to fix this his weird wording. You will not be allowed to choose a trait for James. James has developed the loves to heat trait. Alright, so now that also means that he should be able to just go to school today. But also it is 2:58, so I'll probably just call it there for tonight. So next stream of Sims 3 will be planned for for next Tuesday. Next stream in general is planned for Thursday with, I'm thinking, Age of Wonders 4, which will probably just be, at least for the initial part of the stream, because it was like, I don't know how much longer Alexia the Archivist is going to last. So probably between now and then I'll figure out something else to do. If, you know, no, things end up being short on that front. But thank you to everyone who stopped by tonight. I'm gonna see who I can raid. Doesn't look like there's very many options in the Sims 3 category. There's someone doing Sims 2, however, so that's an option. And of course, you know, there's pretty much always these people doing Sims 4. You know, let's give this person doing Sims 2 a raid. Like, I think Sims 2 might end up being what I'll do, like, between seasons 2 and 3 of this Random Legacy challenge, which, you know, season 3 should start sometime before the end of this year, because if I continue at a pace of one season per year here on this, it will take me literally a decade to get through this challenge. Whereas if I bump the pace up to 2 seasons a year, it'll take me about 5 years. And, you know, I would kind of rather get this challenge done in sometime around my late 20s rather than my mid 30s. So, you know, once this generation will be season 2 James's generation will be season 3, and so on and so forth. So we'll be doing next year's seasons will be James's child and James's child's child, however many they end up having, because we won't roll for a season for we won't be rolling for generation 4 first challenge until the first child until the one child that generation 3 is going to have is born.